We've been tracking a lot of Jeff Bezos news in respect to the Washington Commanders, and it looks like there could be some developments here. Let's put it up there on the screen. So Charles Gasparino, he reports that Bezos is considering buying the Washington Commanders and that the Commanders sale will take place weeks after the Super Bowl and owners meeting in March. Despite the denials, people inside the NFL think that Bezos' bid will come after the initial bids because, given his wealth, he is capable of making any numbers work for a purchase.
So he's going to see what other people put on the table, and then he's going to be like,
here's $1 billion more. So can we just wrap this up? And everybody will be like, yeah, totally.
All right,
let's do a handshake.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work out. As you pointed out as well, Dan Snyder doesn't like Jeff Bezos. Why? Because Bezos' paper, the Washington Post, is the one that exposed a lot of his wrongdoing in his organization. At the same time, money's green, no matter whether somebody took you down or not. But these guys are billionaires, so they operate at a different level. You know, what's an extra billion here or there? But the other question is that the previous reporting from the New York Post said that Bezos was exploring a sale of the Washington Post to possibly finance this. So maybe Snyder would be like, okay, you can have the Commanders, but you have to sell the Post if you want to do that. So I could see him being petty enough to do that. Bezos, I think he absolutely is going to end up with the Commanders because, listen, I mean, these guys are like gods in America, these NFL owners. Like, nothing comes close to being like a pop culture icon. That's what he loves. You know, Bezos loves being in Hollywood, you know, the Instagram thing. He doesn't even work anymore.
Big Lizzo
at
fan.
Amazon. Yeah, he loves Lizzo, apparently. The guy is like, he's no longer interested in being, quote, respectable, which is what the Post bought him. He's interested in just being super rich and being culturally relevant. So buying an NFL team is the best way to do that.
Yeah.
You know, he could turn the stadium into one of like the biggest stadium or the best, or what he could out-compete Jerry Jones and be one of those types of people. And, you know, like I'm sure people would like it. They absolutely would. And don't forget, Amazon HQ2 being built right here in the DMV area in Crystal City, where thousands of Amazon employees are going to be already. He already owns the biggest house in Washington, D.C. This would just step it up even more.
Yeah, this is what it looks like to go through a midlife crisis when you're one of the richest men on the planet.
Yeah, right.
You're like, I'm going to buy an NFL team. Maybe I'll sell this newspaper. It's kind of a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of it. I don't care anymore.
It does sound fun. I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty fun.
The other thing I have to contribute to this conversation is, as a long-suffering Washington football sports fan, Dan Snyder has got to be one of the worst owners in the history of the NFL and perhaps all of sport. And one of the good things that the Washington Post has done under Bezos' leadership is expose all of that. But, you know, that being said, I'm like not cheering for either one of these men. So we'll see how it all unfolds. He continues to deny it. They're also, I mean, the Washington Post is in not great financial straits. They've been having to make layoffs.
Money,
They bet all the way in on like Trump and political news coverage. They didn't really diversify in the way that the New York Times did. So the financial position there for them is not very good. That being said, you know, he's a billionaire. He could prop them up easily without any problem. But does he want to do that? And more importantly, does he want, you know, I think he didn't like that when he was going back and forth with Biden on like tax policy or whatever. He didn't like that people were like, hey, dude, you own a really important newspaper. Maybe you shouldn't be putting your hand on the scale the way that you are here ultimately. And by the way, we see this as sort of like reflected in your paper's coverage, which is a problem as well. And I'm not sure that he liked that and the implications of having actually some real responsibility with owning the Washington Post. So we'll see what happens.
Look, the best move for him, sell the Post, get rid of it. Don't put your hands in this and become a pop culture figure. You already kind of are, you know, the whole Jack Bezos meme with his girlfriend. And also, look, Washington, like, people who've ever been suffering for a long time. By the way, Krystal, we actually have some fans on the Washington Commanders, so shout out to those guys.
Nice.
Yeah. And I won't out them yet. I'm not going to out them before they out themselves as Breaking Points fans. They have made it known to me that they are fans of the show. What I think would be cool is that, look, there are a lot of people who, you know, they have very low season ticket holders. It's very hard to sell out the game.
Yeah.
And DC doesn't have a good enough sports community. You know, when the Caps are good, then people get excited.
It used to be different, Saagar.
Yeah. I know different.
It was. I mean, this was the most valuable franchise in all of sports when I was growing up. I mean, these were Super Bowl winners. And when the stadium was here in the city, it was totally, ever since they moved out to Maryland, and is it still FedEx Field, whatever the heck it's called?
Yeah.
It's the fan experience is terrible. The vibes of the team are terrible. Like all that tradition and history was kind of swept away. Daniel Snyder, terrible owner. So yeah, listen, I'm not super excited about Bezos owning the team, but getting someone different in there, I would hope it would kind of revive what this great team used to be. That's my hope.
Okay.
All right, y'all. More for you later. Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.